Hello, sports fans. Here we are at East Ascension Stadium in Gonzales, Louisiana. We'll pause for a second for the national anthem. Welcome, football fans, to Spartan Stadium on Burnside Avenue in Gonzales for our Rev Game of the Week. Tonight's non-district game features the 1-1 East Ascension Spartans and the visiting 2-0 Destrahan Wildcats. This is week 3 of our exciting football season, and Rev TV looks forward to bringing you many great games throughout the year. Good evening, my name is David Swacker, and I'll be bringing you the action from tonight's game. So we'll be back with the starting lineup and the kickoff. It's the Spartans and the Wildcats on Rev TV.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ATEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
Daily routines change, but the land stays the same. There's ground to cover, a herd to feed, and you still have to make it back in time to get a clean start on tomorrow. So run with us on a John Deere Gator, because being linked to the land means the work never stops. Nothing runs like a deer.
At Ascension Equipment, save more today and mow tomorrow.
You care about your car. So do we. Donaldsonville Glass and Body has been around for over 40 years, providing unparalleled collision repairs and customer service, especially when you and your car are having the worst day ever. When you demand exceptional workmanship, call Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Free pickup for your collision repairs and get it back as good as new. It's your choice, so why not choose the best? Donaldsonville Glass and Body.
The A-Team at Eustis Mortgage, here to serve all your home lending needs. Our company is a Louisiana-based family-owned mortgage company. Our mission is to provide custom-tailored mortgage solutions while educating our clients and providing the highest level of customer service during the transaction. Whether you're buying a home or looking to refinance, we would love to be of assistance to you. The A-Team at Eustis Mortgage is a proud supporter of Ascension Parish Athletics.
Piku Builder Supply, your one-stop lumberyard, provides an extensive selection of quality building supplies for your new construction and remodeling. We offer computer-aided estimating of your building and remodeling plans, as well as blueprint copies. From humble beginnings to becoming the industry leader in Gonzales and beyond, Piku proudly supports our local community because we believe in giving back to those who have had a hand in our success. Let the experts at Piku Builder Supply help you with your new project today.
This is a walk-on athlete. They push harder, and put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Here we are back at East Ascension Stadium here on Burnside in Gonzales, and we have the opening kickoff. Ontiveros, the nice drive into the end zone. The automatic touchback, dealing with your National Federation rules. You cannot run a punt, an interception, or any type of kicking in the kicking game out of the end zone. So this is going to be one heck of a game here, folks. You know, you have a team that has basically proven itself to the nth degree on the higher level in the Destrahan Wildcats. They have basically been first, second, or lost in the finals or the semifinals the last 5 years. And the Spartans a little bit lower than that, but they've been the first couple of rounds of the playoffs the last 5 years. So it ought to be an interesting game right here, and it's going to start with that guy that just got the ball from quarterback Jai Eugene, and that is Shane Lee, number 24. Outstanding player, over 100 yards last week, or right at 100 yards. And then the quarterback for Destrahan is Jai Eugene, and if that name sounds familiar to our football fans, it's pretty obvious. His dad was a defensive back at LSU and an outstanding athlete at Destrahan. 2 carries in a row there for Shane Lee, picking up a few yards. You know, you will see a lot of very good athletes on this field tonight. Kind of the difference, I believe, is that Destrahan is pretty solid offensively and defensively. East Ascension seems to be very good defensively, and they're getting better offensively. So we have a 3rd and 6 situation, and it's going to be a passing situation, trying to go deep. Right, a beautiful pass to number 1, Leslie Jefferson. And Leslie Jefferson, nice pass from Jai Eugene right down the sidelines, 76 yards. Big play for Destrahan Wildcats on that 3rd and 6 situation. I mean, Jai Eugene threw that on the numbers, and then when you have a receiver that is, you know, looks like 6'4", 6'5", and all he did was put his hands up, and the ball was right there. Outstanding pass by Jai Eugene. Good protection by the O-line. 30, is that what, Ward? Johnson is your kicker. Extra point is good, and the Wildcats lead 7-0, and we'll be back with the kickoff to the Spartans.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
Boy, the game just started, folks. And Destrahan showed you why they have been a perennial power in the state. Last year, Zachary beating them in the semifinals. And Johnson back after that good extra point is back to kick the ball off to the Spartans. And here's the kick. We got a flag right off the bat by your sideline judge, and that usually means there's an offsides. So Jupiter's going to be deep. And number 12, McZeal. So, Johnson went ahead and kicked that. And so McZeal and Jupiter kind of got a feeling of just how far he can kick it. And of course you get that in film and everything. And so here, both of them move up to between the 15 and 20 yard line. So it ought to be interesting, if the Spartans can catch this ball and return it, then they ought to have pretty decent field position. Let's see what happens. And Coach Lee says, I really like this. If we do this a few more times, we'll have great field positions, but they're going to move that up.
Spartans will take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
So they move it up to the 35-yard line. Well, I thought there was a different rule. They should ask them to re-kick. And I think that's Coach Lee out there talking to the official.
First and 10 Spartans starting at their own 40-yard line.
Okay. East Ascension. First and 10. We have Jalen Lee at quarterback. Or East Ascension, everybody in tight. Got like a little doubles formation with two wide receivers look like tight ends. Ja'Cory Johnson, it's basically a two running back system with Ja'Cory Johnson and Walter Samuel. Both are very good running backs. Of course, Samuel is the guy that kind of is been carrying the load for you for the last couple of years. Now we had a ball change. I think basically that was Destrahan's ball. Of course, when you kick off and you punt, you use your own football. And then the other team's going to return it, and then they have to swap out the balls. Another drive, hard drive up the middle. Look at that offensive line doing a job. Let's look at the offensive starters for the East Ascension Spartans. And you saw real well what that offensive line just did right there. And you see them right there and going across right there, a big group. And basically it starts with big number 79, Aiden Joseph. A lot of you folks might have seen him and his brother in an article in The Advocate. Pretty nice. Sidney Joseph, number 36. He's on the defensive side as a starter. So back to the game. Well, a little mix-up between the quarterback, Lee, and the wide receiver. Chasson, he looked like he ran about a 10-yard curl. And Lee looked like he thought he might be going at on a vertical route down the sidelines. Well, you got the sideline judge. And he blows. Anytime you have offsides on defense, it's an automatic whistle. It's not like you have in the NC2A or in the NFL. It's an automatic whistle, 5-yard penalty, and you replay the down. We got Saunier at your left tackle and freshman Martinez at the right tackle. And Gray at the left guard and Banks at the right guard for the Spartans. Nice break to the outside. Johnson, another nice move. It looked like the inside was a little bit clogged up. Nice cut to the left side of the offensive line, picking up a first down. And so you see Coach Lee, defensively, they're probably ahead of their offense, and their offense just taking their time, getting first down after first down, and hopefully defensively they shut people down. Well, Destrahan said there's a fumble on the play, and no official has given a call there one way or the other. Well, Johnson comes out of the game. And Walter Samuel, number 22, exceptional back.
Wildcats. Wildcats penalized 5 yards for unintentional face mask. It'll be second down, about 4 for the Spartans.
Well, the Spartans just slowly moving this thing. A little small huddle at the line of scrimmage, and everybody goes in a spot. Well, we had a problem with the snap, but Samuel ended up catching it. Of course, he got tackled right away.
Loses about 8. It'll be second down and 12 for the Spartans.
He had a big loss there of 8 and second and 12. Now, the Spartans have gotten a few nice runs here in this opening drive, but, you know, you don't want to be stuck with a second and 12, especially if you're not real excited about the passing game. And right now, Jalen Lee on the year is 8 of 19 for 48 yards. False start by the Spartans. Boy, last week, the Spartans got on a charter bus, or buses, and handed West Monroe Rebels a loss in overtime. And I'm just telling you, not many people or not many teams have ever done that in West Monroe. Outstanding job.
Walter Samuel goes out the right side.
Walter Samuel
Stop is made by
picks
number
up 4 or 5
56.
right there. Tries to reach that ball out for an extra yard or so, and now you're in this situation
Cobbins on the tackle.
where you're 3rd and 15.
4, third down and 13
And it might be a deal if you pick up 10, maybe you could go for it on 4th down or get in a field goal position. Nice job there defensively. I think that was number 6, Trayvon Thomas. Boy, nice. I mean, you're running side by side with him, and he puts that right hand up and just kind of bats it down.
Ontario set the punt for the Spartans. That beat for the Wildcats is Harris.
Leonard Harris deep for Destrahan. And Ontavious is going to punt the ball, doing all the kicking for the Spartans. Nice job right there. They're going to let it go in the end zone? Yes. So it'll be 1st and 10 Destrahan when we come back after this word.
You've probably heard that ETEL has become Rev. What you may not know is that we're revving up your internet to symmetrical speed for free. Symmetrical speed means that your download and upload speeds are the same, thanks to the Rev All-Fiber network. The new speeds have been applied to your current internet plan, and there's nothing for you to do except enjoy shopping, gaming, streaming, learning, and laughing. Learn more at letsrev.com. Thanks for being a loyal customer, and enjoy symmetrical speeds from Rev. New name, same company.
Destrahan. Handoff from Jai Eugene, number 24. McZeal with the tackle. Number 12. 24, Shane Lee with the carry. Pick up for 5. Boy, Shane Lee, a big old bruising running back. And when you get in that secondary, you know, you're going to outsize a lot of DBs, no matter who you play right there. And nice little run of about 7 yards and pick up a first down.
Timeout, hydration.
Now you got the 6-minute mark. You got a hydration timeout.
Spartan fans, East Ascension High School Sports Medicine.
Well, let's just look at both coaches. Kind of an interesting stat here that our producer, Lyle Boudreau, has picked up about both coaches.
The foundation provides a full-time certified athletic trainer to our students.
And so at Destrahan you have Marcus Scott. You know, Marcus Scott has coached at a few high schools and at Nichols. He used to be the head coach at a couple of schools, John Arrett in New Orleans, and then he got the Destrahan job and has really done a tremendous job. Darnell Lee, you're all familiar with what he has done, but Darnell, Coach Lee and Coach Scott were teammates at McNeese in the 90s and both played for the Cowboys secondary right there. Last year, Zachary beat Destrahan in the semifinals, and in the regionals, Zachary beat East Ascension. Here we go, 1st and 10. Nice pass down the middle. Guy Eugene is throwing this thing to Daniel Blood, and I'm just telling you, it was 4 verticals right there, 64 yards, and that left-hander looked like Boomer Esiason back in the old days, humming that rock down the middle of the field for a score. And I will say this, that the protection by the offensive line was really outstanding. Well, here we go with the kick after there, and that's Johnson with the made extra point. And here we are with 5:45 left in the first quarter. Destrahan Wildcats 14, East Ascension Spartans 0.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
Well, folks, if you're at home watching this game and you get it recorded, you need to watch his Jai Eugene. I mean, this is 2 passes that he has completed 60-plus yards down the field that were just rifle shots. And it was very impressive on a throw right in the hands to both receivers, whether it was a vertical route down the sidelines or a vertical route down the hash mark, both for touchdowns. The extra point's good. Here's the kickoff. High and short. Well, that's number 5, Anthony Robinson. Well, number 13. Well, this is my last 2 games. This is what I saw at the pit in Sanama. They got in the same situation, down by 2 or 3 scores, and in both games just gradually keep coming back, and that's what you got to do. You know, but I think it's really important. You got to get moving that ball for the Spartans and get a score here.
Walter Samuel goes off the left side.
Well, Samuel right there, you see this nice drive right here, and you figure that 4-yard gain.
Adams. Second down 5 for the Spartans, and they're on 25-yard line.
Tell you what, when you score on these long passes, it sure does make it a lot easier on everybody. They get 4 and 5 yards. They'll batted down by number 2 defensively. Leonard Harris trying to run a little hitch route. Now it's 3rd and 6. Trying to throw the ball out to Xavier Jupiter. Jupiter has 2 receptions for 93 yards and a touchdown, the long one for 74 yards. And he's also carried the ball 4 times for 18 yards and a touchdown. Big play right here for East Ascension on offense. Trying to get them to jump. They got plenty of time. Sit down to 10 seconds on the play clock. Lee calling out the play to the offensive line.
Lee's pass intended for Jupiter is incomplete, but it's 4th down for the Spartans.
Lee's pass was a little bit off to Jupiter. Now you got a 3-and-out situation. And Ontavarius comes in to punt.
Ontavarius set the punt for the Spartans. Blood backbeat for the Wildcats.
Nice high, a little short punt, but a nice kick.
Ontavarius' punt is down at the Wildcat 37, be 1st and 10. Destrahan.
Now down at the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 for Destrahan. All right, Destrahan now a little different formation. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Ty Eugene at quarterback. Completely different philosophy than what they've been doing. Everybody runs a hitch, and it looked like he wanted to throw to the single receiver. Good coverage out there, and he comes to the 3rd inside. Picks up 5 yards there.
For the Wildcats, and they're on 43.
And we got trips to the wide side of the field. Sweep outside. 24.
Shane Lee goes off the right side.
Shane Lee. Boy, it's close. The referee, I see the head linesman on the other side says, 1st down, Destrahan. So they ran into the trips formation. Everybody single blocking. That offensive line does a good job. And Lee says, I'll just take this outside for a nice little pickup of 5 or 6 yards for a first down. Nearing midfield. Outside, look at the big man, 74. Lee all the way down that sideline for 52 yards. Big 74. Landry Coleman, 6'2", 325. It looked like he was trying out for running back, the way he moved while he was pulling from that offensive line right guard spot. Outstanding job there by Destrahan, the offensive line. Good blocking on the outside by the receivers, no doubt about that. Shane Landry's having a good night here, just the start of the game. I mean, they're kind of winning it in the passing game, but he's done an outstanding job picking up 4 or 5 yards on every play. And Johnson with the extra point, and it's good. We'll be back with a kickoff in just a second.
You've probably heard that ETEL has become Rev. What you may not know is that we're revving up your internet to symmetrical speed for free. Symmetrical speed means that your download and upload speeds are the same, thanks to the Rev All-Fiber network. The new speeds have been applied to your current internet plan, and there's nothing for you to do except enjoy shopping, gaming, streaming, learning, and laughing. Learn more at letsrev.com. Thanks for being a loyal customer, and enjoy symmetrical speeds from Rev. New name, same company.
Well, folks, coming into this game, there's no doubt about it, with the job that East Ascension, Coach Lee and his team did last week up at West Monroe, and actually in the first half against Zachary, and through most of the game, really fought hard against Zachary. That whatever the score, 35-14 was no indication of just how close that game was for about 3/4 of the game. But this one right here, Destrahan has come in and has really taken over. Here's your kickoff by Johnson, a short kickoff. Destrahan, it bobbles off the receiver. And that was Jupiter. It was a high, short kickoff by Destrahan. Jupiter could not handle it and forward, and Destrahan comes up with the ball. It was Ty Terrell or Jermaine White with the recovery. So you don't need Destrahan to have the short field because, most of their touchdowns have been long version with a 21-0 score right now with 3:04 left in the first quarter. That's Brandon Freeman, and you could see from our angle here in the press box, little pull, a little cutback pull by the offensive line, and Freeman followed that pulling guard and just cut back through that hole. You could see it really nice. Not a big hole right there, but Freeman able to get through and pick up about 7 yards. As we said, Coach Lee and Coach Scott, big buddies. Coach Lee been here in his hometown for about 7 years now, been very successful.
Timeout, Wildcats. The first quarter for tonight's game is brought to
Well,
you
Coach
by
Scott,
Hutchins Hardware,
team
owned and
calls
operated by
timeout.
Steve Hutchinson, located at 38011 Highway 621 in the Destrahan area. Hutchins features graded turn mowers, steel chainsaws, trimmers, and blowers. See Hutchins for all.
Well, let's
your
just look
hardware
at
needs.
the East Ascension versus Destrahan. You would think, being right down the road from each other, that there would have been some non-district games like it is right now. But they played 2007, 8, 9, and 10, and Destrahan won state 2 of those 4 years. But the East Ascension and Santa Ma were all in the same district, with the Destrahan and Hahnville and Thibodaux and the Lafourche teams. And so it's been some outstanding scores right there on the Destrahan side, but they just demolished the Ascension Parish schools. Of course, Dutchtown not involved with that because they weren't a school just yet. 2nd and 3. Under center. Now, that's what you want your defense to do right there. Jai Udine gets under center.
Freeman goes off the left
And
side. Stop was made by Joseph Hobby.
Dunbar right there.
No gain on the play.
Or
It's
Hayes.
third down and about
Hayes with the
4
tackle.
for Wildcats
Or with the
at
carry.
17-yard line.
Jai Eugene going to carry it. A little cutback. Going to be close to the first down.
Eugene on the keeper around the left side.
Destrahan player down.
33, DeAndre Hayes. And 36, Sidney Joseph. Picks up about 3 of the 4th and short for the Wildcats.
You know, Destrahan player comes up. It's Alexander Hamilton, number 50. I think his helmet was off, so he would have had to come off the field unless there was a penalty involved in that helmet coming off. So if you look at down box, it's 4th and maybe 147. The big thing about Destrahan on offense, they're averaging about 45 points a game. I think they beat Bonneville, and then they beat John Ehret. So offensively, and what makes that offense so good is how good they are on defense. So what you're going to come with right here, under center, and a quarterback sneak. And that's going to be enough for the first down.
Eugene on the quarterback sneak picks up a Wildcat first down.
Well, I saw Shane Lee. Shane Lee, he lined up as your running back. And when Jai Eugene, right before the ball was snapped, ran up there and got under center, ran quarterback sneak. And now the rules are that you can aid the quarterback on the sneaks with the running backs, and that's exactly what he did for about a 2 to 3 yard gain, enough for a first down. There's Jai Eugene. And touchdown.
Around the right side for Wildcat touchdown.
So they sprinted out to the left-handed passer, nice to do. 13-yard gain, and then Jai Eugene cut back in the opposite direction and was basically pretty much wide open and got hit at the goal line. Official right there with his raising his hands for a touchdown. Johnson in to kick the extra point. And this first quarter has been a battle for the Spartans. Johnson's good on the PAT. We'll be back with Johnson's kickoff, or Destrahan's kickoff, in a second.
1:03 left in the first quarter. Wildcats 28, Spartans 0.
You've probably heard that ETEL has become Rev. What you may not know is that we're revving up your internet to symmetrical speed for free. Symmetrical speed means that your download and upload speeds are the same, thanks to the Rev All-Fiber network. The new speeds have been applied to your current internet plan, and there's nothing for you to do except enjoy shopping, gaming, streaming, learning, and laughing. Learn more at letsrev.com. Thanks for being a loyal customer, and enjoy symmetrical speeds from Rev. New name, same company.
Well, penalty called on the extra point against East Ascension. Not sure if it's 5 or more, but we'll see, and we'll get that call. But they're going to take the point after as good, and then they will take the call on the ensuing kickoff, which looks like it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. And it's going to go all the way to the 45-yard line of East Ascension, or Destrahan.
Spartans will penalize on the PAC. Wildcats will kick off at the Spartan 45.
Did not get the penalty call by the official.
Jupiter back deep for the Spartans.
So let's see what Jupiter does with this kick, because he kicks the ball very high, and actually an entire kick may go right to the goal line from what I've seen so far. About 5 yards deep into the goal line. And the referee calls a penalty. Block below the waist against East Ascension. The ball comes out to the 20-yard line, and they'll mark off half the distance. In any kicking game or interception return, you cannot block below the waist. And then, of course, if you're outside of the tackle zone, which is from the offensive tackle to the defensive tackle, you cannot block below the waist. So this puts East Ascension, in a tougher predicament. 28-0, 103 left. Tackle, dropped the ball, tackled in the near the goal line, 1 yard line.
Bottle snap. Foster's tackled in the backfield, down at the 1 yard line.
Well, Cobbins tackled.
Down 20 from the start.
Maybe it was Lee at the 1 yard line. The ball was bobbled. Under center. This is straight handoff. They're picking up a yard or two. Samuel with the ball.
Stop was made by Johnson. Picks up about a yard.
You look at that down and distance, and you're at the 3 yard line. And that's the end of the first quarter. Destrahan 28, East Ascension 0, and we'll be back in just a second with the third down play for the Spartans.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
Here we are back at East Ascension's Spartan Stadium on Burnside in Gonzales. 28-0 score after one period of play. Jai Eugene and the passing game has been outstanding. The running game has just been solid as can be for Destrahan. That's not really how the game started in the running game. They did a pretty good job of slowing them down, but Jai Eugene and his receivers on the big plays have made it look pretty easy, and I'm going to tell you, it looks very smooth when he's throwing that ball down the field. Very accurate thrower. I feel pretty certain that he hasn't thrown an incomplete pass in this game, which has only been a handful of balls. So we have already talked about Coach Lee and Coach Scott. Your two head coaches in this game were teammates together at McNeese. Well, I don't know, the referee noticed something there by the right cornerback for Destrahan and had to make it a replacement or a substitution. And I guess he feels pretty confident. Both sides are right. Oh, well, now they're backing off a little bit. They'll pass out to the flat. Incomplete. East Ascension trying to throw the ball out to Jupiter.
Ball's incomplete. It'll be fourth down and 17 for the Spartans.
Now you get a tough situation because you're on the 3-yard line. You're going to have to get about 12 to 14 yards deep. Now you're going to run out of room in the end zone. So you see that the punter right there
set to return the punt for the Wildcats
is Antavarius, is all the way back to the back of the end zone. Good job, Antavarius, getting the ball off. Great snap right there also. Is that number 10 to the outside with a punt return going down the sideline and into the end zone.
The blood on the punt return for a Wildcat touchdown.
35-yard punt return by number 10, Daniel Blood. 6 foot, 175 senior. Well, Johnson, 4 for 4 tonight. Well, the referee says that number 7, which is Lamar Bolden, you have to come out. 48 goes in for him. And that's Beckett, Deshaun Beckett.
Johnson's PAT is good. 11:32 left in the first half.
Well, Johnson right down the middle. Referee raises those hands, signaling it's a good extra point. 5 for 5 for Johnson. And Destrahan leads 35-0 at the beginning of the second quarter. Let's look at the districts for both schools.
See the Spartan Booster Club Facebook page for more information.
And, you know, we talk about this each week, but the big deal here in Ascension Parish and Livingston Parish is Denham Springs, Dutchtown, East Ascension, Live Oak, Santamon, and Walker have all moved into their own 6-team district, 5-5A. And for Destrahan, it's going to be Central Lafourche, Destrahan, East St. John, H.L. Bourgeois, Hanville, Terrebonne, and Thibodaux, 7-5A. They're in the district. And in the Baton Rouge area, you're going to have, basically a combination of both 5A districts that are not going either. And with the Livingston teams or the Ascension Parish teams. Great district for both all sports next year. Well, you had an altercation out there. It was hard for us to see all the way across the field, about on the 30-yard line, but the white hat is in there with a couple of officials. You look around and you have officials spread out, making sure, everybody has a responsibility here. I saw coaches on both teams going out there, and, of course, East Ascension coaches had to basically go all the way across the field to get there. But, you saw other players breaking things up. So, basically when you meet with the officials and you have this situation, on the East Ascension side, Jupiter, Nadarius Walker, and Turner are your captains for East Ascension. And you're told by the white hat for the opening kick that you're in charge of your team. And here's the white hat coming this way just to tell coach what happened. And captains for Destrahan were Jale, number 44, Martin, number 57, and Oob, number 64, and Ducree. Well, now you see Coach Lee. I know this is not anything that he supports in any way.
Both teams penalized. For personal foul, we have all set. Spartans will have it first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Well, just like you see it most of the time, and I'm not saying yay or nay to the officials. Both teams are involved. Both teams are penalized because it's offsetting penalties. No team goes forward or backwards, and you start there with first and 10. According to what the official said, no one was ejected. And so that white hat right there, the referee, he's in charge of the game. He basically was standing between the kids and had a word of wisdom to tell each team. I mean, you get kicked out of a game, you miss the next game.
Walker Samuel goes off the right side.
Well, you can see Samuel right there. He is a hard-nosed runner, and he is an expert at this hard-nosed football. Been doing it for a number of years. I remember watching him at Gonzales Middle, a very tough football player. Well, you look at Destrahan right here, and basically look like they're in a zone coverage here. Pass out here.
Lee's pass intended for Murphy goes incomplete.
Jalen Lee is passing the ball out here to number 19, Murphy. Nice little out route of about 5 yards. Murphy could not haul it in. 35-0 Destrahan. And it looks like Destrahan's going to line up in a man-to-man. Oh, nice job of throwing right there, boy, by Lee. A little slant over the middle for a first down. Great catch by Jupiter on the slant. Lee threw it where it had to be thrown. Outstanding job there by Lee. Good protection by the offensive line. Well, that's a tough situation right there. I know it's different at maybe at the college level, but when the band is playing, quarterbacks, you got to be so loud, and sometimes you just don't get the point across loud enough because you had a number of Spartans moving before the ball was snapped.
Lee's pass intended for Jupiter goes incomplete. Second down for the Spartans.
Well, it looked like he had a little double move there by the receiver, and I think Lee probably did everything that, Jupiter looked like a little hitchy go or out and up, and Lee threw it down the field where nobody could catch it because good coverage there by Destrahan. Lee right there, coming up the field, 5-yard gain. It's going to bring up a fourth down situation.
Fourth down and 10 for the Spartans. It'll be third down and 10 for the Spartans.
Third down, my correction. Nice job, Jupiter down the sideline.
Pass is complete to Walter Samuel, was run out of bounds.
Walter Samuel coming out of the backfield. Nice little move down the backfield. You see this common nowadays, especially all the way to the NFL where the running backs are a big part of the passing game. And nice job there by Lee on the pass. Good protection. Lee did an outstanding job avoiding the rush and getting the first down. Well, Johnson right there. Samuel had to come out. Helmet came off.
So Corey Johnson goes up the middle. Picks up one, second down 9 for the Spartans.
Jupiter coming back in. Not Jupiter, Samuel coming back in the game. Lee, that nice job right there. Lee doing an outstanding job of trying to move around in that pocket to get open. But Amari Johnson
and also number 56
and Cobbins did an outstanding job. Basically, it sandwiched Lee together.
Third down and 15.
You could see on the outside receivers had a little out and up with the slot receiver. Just did not have enough time to get the ball downfield. A 3rd and 15 situation. Yeah, you got a penalty, a double move.
Spartans penalized 5 yards for false start.
7:24 left in the second quarter, 35-0. Destrahan over East Ascension. We're here at Spartan Stadium. Nice throw down the field. And I believe the referee rightfully said, nice catch, but out of bounds, Destrahan.
Terrible on the coverage. Ontiveros set the punt for the Spartans.
Spartans going to punt.
For the Wildcats.
Ontiveros in the punt. Doing an outstanding job in the kicking game. Both kickers are.
Timeout Wildcats.
Timeout Wildcats.
The second quarter for tonight's game is brought to you by Bertrand's Pharmacy.
Let's look at how East Ascension did in the playoffs the last 5 years. And you can see the last 5 seasons. At 17, of course, in 5A. Each of those years go 9-3. And they go to regional, second round. Then the next year, quarterfinals at 11-2 season. Then regionals the next 3 years, 9-3, 5-4, 6-4. And so been pretty productive as far as getting into the playoffs. But as all people want, you want to see how far you could get a little bit further. But in the 5A ranks, I'm just telling you, there are several very good teams in both the select and non-select side. So here we go. East Ascension going to punt. Very close to being blocked. Oh, down by.
Ontiveros' punt is down at the Wildcat 21, first and 10 Wildcats.
All right, this is the new district that East Ascension and Santa Ma and Dutchtown are going to be in. And it's going to be exciting, not just for football, but for all of the sports. Boy, just outstanding in all the sports. And you see Denham Springs, 2-0, Santa Ma 2-0, Walker 2-1, 2-0, and East Ascension 1-1, Live Oak 1-1. And then you had 2 of those teams that won at the top in the last night in a Thursday night game. So Walker and Live Oak, you can add 1. That would be 3-0 and 2-1.
Like it'll be holding against the Wildcats.
Well, we got a holding call. Nice little sweep run.
Wildcats penalized 10 yards from the spot.
And so it's always a spot foul, so that could vary in the distance that you're going to have that penalty. And so here you have first and let's just say around 20. East Ascension with two defensive backs deep. He's trying a little off-tackle play, Coach Scott. I'm sure Coach Scott's saying, if I could just get this clock to go down to 0, not necessarily having a score, just down to 0, where we could go ahead, we could be ahead 35-0. I will be fine. Timeout Wildcats.
The Spartan Spectacular is back. This year's event will be November 12th at Casio's 360. Join us for a dinner, silent auctions, and a night of dancing with the Capital City Soul Band. Only 300 tickets will be sold. See the Spartan Booster Club Facebook page for more information. EA Principal Ron Avery and her administration would like to thank the Spartan Booster Club for providing a full calico breakfast for the EA teachers this morning. Thank you, EA Booster Club.
Destrahan with the ball. Right down the middle of the field, a little bit overthrown to number 10.
Pass intended for Blood.
Blood right down the middle, a little bit high.
It'll be 3rd down and 20 for the Wildcats at their own 17-yard line.
Jai back, a little screen pass. East Ascension did an outstanding job on the rush right there. Jai Eugene was doing a good job of backing up, but just could not get the ball to the receiver with the pressure that the Spartans were putting on the quarterback.
Johnson set the punt for the Wildcats. Back deep is McZeal for the Spartans.
Johnson with a kick. McZeal catches the ball and is tackled right there at the 49-yard line.
By number 51, Andrew Schaefer. It'll be 1st and 2.
Deron McZeal catch the ball,
and
it's exactly what you want those return people to do. But the Wildcats were doing a good job on the coverage getting down there. Samuel, an outstanding job right there, fighting through the offensive line. I'm going to just tell you, the score doesn't look real well, but Samuel's telling you, I'm not quitting. That offensive line made him a little hole, and he got through there for about a 4-yard gain.
And the Wildcat 47.
You know, you have situations like this, folks. You learn a lot about your players, especially your senior leaders. You know, everybody has to understand that, things aren't going real well, but we could do a better job here the rest of this quarter and into the second half.
Lee's pass is intended.
Well, Lee threw it down the side there to Jupiter. Just could not quite get it out to him. Does an outstanding job, Lee does, of trying to find the opening for him to move around in the pocket. Lee and Jupiter in the backfield. 2 receivers to both sides. Yeah, we're going to have a delay of game or maybe a timeout. East Ascension.
Timeout sport.
No, East Ascension called that timeout. Time was running low. You have a situation, 3rd and 7 situation, maybe 6. Nice throw by Lee out there on the out route. All the way across the field. Little pitch and catch for Lee to Jupiter. Got plenty of time. Nice pitch and catch on the hitch. Jupiter with the catch. 5-yard pickup.
Stop was made by Harris. Picks up about 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for the Spartans at the Wildcat 30-yard line.
Jupiter's probably had 4 or 5 catches in this game. Nice crowd here for both teams. Talked about that offensive line a little bit. Sonia, Kelvin Gray left guard, Aiden Joseph center, Chevis Banks right guard, Bankston Martinez, just a freshman, starting at right tackle. Well, could get the signals in.
Timeout Spartans.
Called a timeout.
The Sports Medicine Program would like to thank the following local businesses for their sponsorship. People Builder Supply, Donaldsonville Glass and Body Shop, SKR Construction, Gaucher Amity Law Firm.
As you've seen on TV, Rev is now our sponsor. The game of the week coming up scheduled on Channel 4 and 704. Next week it's going to be Opelousas at Santa Monica and Thrive Academy at Donaldsonville. That'll be a homecoming game. Then in 2 weeks, Helen Cox at Santa Monica. That'll be homecoming. And De La Salle at EA. That will also be homecoming.
Lee goes down in the backfield, loses about 5. Well, 3rd down and long.
Lee comes out and Tyler Albert comes in at quarterback, number 1. Little fake and go by Albert. Nice job right there.
Antoine Foster scrambles around the left side. Picks up about 13. It'll be 4th down and 7.
13-yard gain there by number 1.
32.
Gets backup quarterback. Tawan Foster. Are we saying this is Foster or Albert? Well, 4th down situation.
Foster's pass intended for number 19. Nigel Murphy goes in.
Okay, Foster, my bad.
Take over on down. 1st and 10.
Foster doesn't complete the pass. Ball goes over. 2:05 left in the second quarter or the first half. At halftime, we hope to have the principal of East Ascension, Lauren Avery. What a job she's doing. What a situation they have at East Ascension right now, basically rebuilding their school. And there are tons of things going on, a lot of nice changes and a lot of things that she wants to brag about. Well, sweep out there to 83. Nice job there. Well, he's coming back this way. Jai Eugene says, I can block, and he's going to go all the way down the sidelines. Number 83, Philip Wright III. Now we have a flag on the 50-yard line. And I'm not sure what it would be other than if that official on that sideline got disrupted by a coach or a player. But Wright went all the way across the field, was almost out of bounds, and turned around and came back all the way across this sideline, which basically that's 60 yards in itself going across the field. And Jai Eugene says, let me just take this number 4 off and put number 54 on, and I'm going to lead you down this sideline with an outstanding block, and Wright getting down for the score. Wow, what a play. And I'm going to tell you, that 60 yards from one sideline to the other, he was fast. Philip Wright III, just a 10th grader, 145 pounds.
Joseph Hobby shaking up on the play. Johnson's PAT is good with 1:41 left in the first half. Wildcats 42, Spartans 0.
42-0 with 1:41 left in the first half. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a second.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank Ascension Equipment, Donaldsonville Glass and Body, Gaucher and Amadei, Our Lady of the Lake Health, Piku Builder Supplies, Ross Downing Chevrolet, Walk-Ons, Austin Fire Systems, Eustace Mortgage, SKR Construction, for their support of our EA Sports Medicine program.
Well, what a play here by Philip Wright III. Gets a little, actually that is a reception right there on that play. He went all the way to the the Destrahan sidelines, and you could not tell where he was. And then all of a sudden he reverses field all the way across the field, 60 yards, it's wide. And the guy Eugene just leads him up the field, and once he got past that first block by Eugene, he went straight down that sidelines for a score. Down to the goal line. Breaking a tackle, nice job right there.
Jupiter on the return for the Spartans brings it out to about the 32-yard line of 1st and 10 Spartans.
All right, here we go, 119, 117. Clock running.
The flag on the play. Sideline warning infraction against the Wildcats.
Well, you got a lot of action last two plays.
And they're on 31-yard line.
With Phillip Wright, the first one, a lot of action on that sideline. And then the kickoff return went down that same sideline, the Destrahan sideline, and just a little bit of interference on that sideline, a warning. Got 54 on the tackle. Right there, Arrington Adams, a linebacker on the play. Tell you what, both teams have lined up in this 50 defense. And Destrahan has looked very good. Boy, what a lick on Samuel right there. And that's going to be the end of the first half. We'll be back with the halftime show. Spartan Band is on the field. And the score is 42, Destrahan 0, East Ascension. Will be back with the halftime show and hopefully an interview with Principal Lauren Avery.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
Daily routines change, but the land stays the same. There's ground to cover, a herd to feed, and you still have to make it back in time to get a clean start on tomorrow. So run with us on a John Deere Gator, because being linked to the land means the work never stops. Nothing runs like a deer.
At Ascension Equipment, save more today and mow tomorrow.
You care about your car. So do we. Donaldsonville Glass and Body has been around for over 40 years, providing unparalleled collision repairs and customer service, especially when you and your car are having the worst day ever. When you demand exceptional workmanship, call Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Free pickup for your collision repairs and get it back as good as new. It's your choice, so why not choose the best? Donaldsonville Glass and Body.
The A-Team at Eustis Mortgage, here to serve all your home lending needs. Our company is a Louisiana-based family-owned mortgage company. Our mission is to provide custom-tailored mortgage solutions while educating our clients and providing the highest level of customer service during the transaction. Whether you're buying a home or looking to refinance, we would love to be of assistance to you. The A-Team at Eustis Mortgage is a proud supporter of Ascension Parish Athletics.
Piku Builder Supply, your one-stop lumberyard, provides an extensive selection of quality building supplies for your new construction and remodeling. We offer computer-aided estimating of your building and remodeling plans, as well as blueprint copies. From humble beginnings to becoming the industry leader in Gonzales and beyond, Piku proudly supports our local community because we believe in giving back to those who have had a hand in our success. Let the experts at Piku Builder Supply help you with your new project today.
This is a walk-on athlete. They push harder and put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
The band now welcomes to the field the elegant Spartanettes. Tonight our girls will dance to the Demi Lovato hit, Confident. Our band is under the direction of Mr. Charles Lee and Mr. David Gambino. Music associate, Alexis Bistro. Color guard instructor, Francis Knight. And assistant director, Anaya Hendricks. Spartanet sponsors are Stevie Barlow, Brinsley Nunez, and Bailey Raymond. Make sure to visit the Spartan Band Boosters in the concession stand on the home side and the Spartan Wrestling and Tennis teams on the visitor side concession stand.
We're at halftime here at East Ascension Stadium with the score 42-0.
And now the Spartan Booster Club would like to honor and acknowledge our senior cheerleader.
With Destrahan ahead of East Ascension, I have with me Principal Lauren Avery. How's it going?
It's going great. Thank you so much for having me
So
tonight.
let's just talk about, always the beginning of the school year is an exciting time because there's so many things going on. How is school going up, the opening?
We've actually had a great start to school this year. It has definitely been brought on by some challenges. We opened some new buildings and closed a huge building, but it's actually run very smoothly. Teachers and students have been fantastic with this transition.
Well, that is the most important thing, teachers and students, because they're basically the people that are in the ward and in the trenches each and every day. So what would you consider being one of the biggest things that you have to deal with that's different from last year?
I think overall our biggest challenges have been in the transitions between classrooms. We had lots of different ways for students to get to classrooms. We had very large hallways. And now we have some makeshift hallways that are not quite ready for the amount of students that we have going through them. I've been super appreciative to the Ascension Parish School Board, who is willing to kind of come in and make some changes for us. There's a few areas where students kind of all bottleneck together, and they are being amazingly patient and kind of going, one person at a time. But unfortunately, that doesn't really cut it when you have over 2,000 students on campus.
Well, Lauren, this is where you find your pole vaulters, your long jumpers.
I'm missing my opportunity right now. What am I doing?
And I know David Alexander's come to school and thrown his jacket on in the puddle right there.
Absolutely.
I can only imagine last week with all the rain, it had to be a little bit.
Yeah, so there's quite a few areas that hold some water,
yes.
But again, none of those things you can kind of anticipate until you are, in the throes of it. So again, I've been super appreciative. Mr. Pyron, Mr. Lynch, they have been so supportive. And
we have a first-class group. There's no doubt
absolutely,
about that.
Absolutely.
So what about the Media Center?
So the Media Center is gorgeous, and I was so excited the first few days of school.
Is this what we call a library nowadays?
It is. It's the new fancy term for a library. But I'll just tell you, we got to the point where we kind of had to ask students to go in shifts because there were so many kids who wanted to go and just, hang out, sit in the areas. We had this tremendous number of books that were checked out for the first time compared to some of the other times that, when you look at the opening to school. So they've been really excited about it, and it's just a beautiful building. There's a few classrooms that are specially created, especially for some of our Elite Connect classes. So it's a super building, and again, so appreciative to our stakeholders in the community for passing those bonds so we can continue to serve our public.
No doubt. And, just in listening to TV during the course of, let's say, the last year or so, it seems like libraries in Ascension Parish are huge. And so, I guess the kids are catching on to how important this library is, because if you do go to the college ranks, it is special. It
kind of becomes the heart of your school. It's not only the tech heart where, you're dealing with or have all of your tech specialists, but anything that's kind of happening on the school, the center of it is kind of happening in those areas. So it's almost kind of like a union for a college. It's kind of the basis or the middle of each of our campus. So it's been great.
When I was in school, it was a lunchroom.
The lunchroom.
Yeah. And when I was teaching, it was a lunchroom. So All right, great deal right there. What about, I know you have a number of new teachers. What about new administrators?
So we were so thrilled last year to be able to rehire, I guess for lack of a better way to say that, Miss Dineska McZeal. She had been a phenomenal math teacher for us. She was at EA for years and years. For a long time, we talked about the value added that she brought to our students that was unlike anybody in the district. So when she left us to be a teacher coach and to go on to be a master teacher and then an assistant principal at Donaldsonville High, when that position opened, it was just a great time to call her to come back home, and she has been fantastic.
Great.
And then, as you know, we were all devastated whenever Miss Swacker decided that it was time for her to retire.
Yes.
Although I will tell you that I've already gotten several texts tonight. They are so happy that she is back on Facebook Live and is there for our fans.
No.
Yes. But we were so excited again to call back home another alumni, Johnny Walker. He's started off as a Spartan, left and went to Pecan Grove, and then to Dutchtown High School where he coached and taught. And I know that they are missing him there because he has been fantastic for us.
I hear of so many good things about him before I ever knew who he was. And I think they had lost a coach in the middle of the year. He says, look, I'll take over whatever it was, basketball or track or whatever. And that doesn't happen a whole lot of times.
Yeah.
And he jumped right in there, to be a part of the school. And I know coming back here, this is his home school.
It is. And he's so much more than, just a member on campus. He really is looking at his role as being a mentor within the community and, shaping, all students, but particularly the young men that are on our campus. So I am so thrilled that he has joined our team and that, he will hopefully have a very long tenure at East Ascension High School.
Yeah, and Miss McZeal also, I remember when East Ascension won state and girls basketball. Her daughter was the big gun on the team.
That's it.
And now her son's a 10th grader starting at cornerback here. And I saw him last year playing the game as a freshman started in basketball, so he's a very good athlete.
He is, but my favorite thing about her as a teacher and as a mother is that she loves sports and absolutely sees the value in team sports, and her being an assistant coach as well on that state championship team. But the absolute focus for her is the academic piece, and so she truly believes in students being student athletes, the student part being the most important. So she's been a great addition to our faculty, and bringing Duran was just extra cherry on top because he's fantastic.
I know I imagine administrators understand this, and maybe coaches do too. But Lauren, it is unbelievable because I've gotten a chance to go around the state to different schools or different cities and stuff like this, of how our school board just jumps in at every opportunity to improve our schools.
It is, I guess in this role in particular, with all the construction and those sorts of things that we've had, the support of the Ascension Parish School Board and every person there, I'm talking from, Superintendent Alexander to our maintenance, and facilities, men and women, it is fabulous, the amount of dedication and passion that they have, and that extends from our classrooms, but also to our sports fields. We're just so blessed and lucky to have such amazing facilities on all of our school campuses. So there is no doubt it is unlike any other, and I hope that our community realizes how very lucky we are to be able to have the support that we do to make sure that every one of our students truly succeeds.
I know maybe you don't do this. I'm sure you look at the school structure in itself, but every time I go somewhere to another school, I just sit there and I say, that air conditioner looks like it's been here for 100 years. It's just unbelievable of all what a coat of paint will do. Just a lot of little bitty things that, our maintenance department is a special group of people. There's no doubt about that. So.
Well, and it truly is a group effort. I have to tell you, if Mr. Lynch or Mr. Pyron is listening right now, I'm sure they get a little frustrated with, some of my calls and my texts at times. But they have been instrumental in making sure that our students were ready to start school on time, that our teams are ready to walk on the fields and the courts, and I just truly appreciate all their efforts.
Well, I'm sure everyone in Spartanland really appreciates the job that you and your administrators and teachers are doing. We appreciate you coming by here at halftime. I know the score is not the greatest thing in the world, but it is a non-district game. They had a big win last week, and you're going to finish up non-district with two beatable. I'm not going to say beatable teams. I'm going to say with a chance to win games. And then you get into this district, which I think is going to be so outstanding for all of our sports, no matter what sport it is, with the Livingston teams and with the Ascension teams. It's going to be a lot of fun down the road.
Absolutely, and Coach Lee does not shy away from adversity when it comes to playing the best. So he believes you have to play the best to be the best. So I mean it's just halftime. We have 2 more quarters to go. So let's go Spartans.
Thank you for coming by. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Right. We see the halftime score, 42-0. Here we're going to start the second half. I'm sure Coach Lee went in there, and, you wonder what would a coach do in this situation? Would you come and scream and holler at the kids? I don't think so. I don't think screaming and hollering is going to get you 43 points right here. But I think a better effort in the second half by everyone that's involved in the team, and it's going to be important that you see a different East Ascension team here in the second half. But I'm going to tell you, Destrahan is for real.
On camera 1, stand by 2. On 2.
Well, kicking off right there. Johnson, we got a little fumble. Well, that's not the way you want to start this second half, but you got the ball. Here we go, and let's just see who comes out at quarterback. And we'll see if we can catch who's at quarterback. Is that Court Delat?
Second down, 9 for the Spartans.
Nice little effort.
Scrambles around the right side. Run out of bounds by Harris.
Johnson on the carry, picking up about 4 or 5 yards there.
And they're on the 20-yard line.
Court Delat, 11th grader. I want to show you just how successful Destrahan has been.
Johnson goes up the middle.
The last 5 years.
They bring up 4th down and about 2 for the Spartans.
Yeah, we got 4th and 2. Just telling you right here, we won't have it on as a graphic, but they were 9-3 in 2017 and went to the second round. In 2018, they were 12-2, got beat in the semifinals. In 2019, they were 11-4. Here's the punt off. They were state runner-up. Nice punt right there by Johnson. And great coverage by the Spartans, number 4. 38-yard punt.
Returned by Christian Nunnery.
That's Harkins.
Wildcats will have it
Harkless.
1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Destrahan in 2020, they were 10-2. They were semifinalists. And last year, they were 9-1, a semifinalist. So they have had an outstanding 5 years. And, of course, you ask yourself, where did this come from? This has been there. I mean, you've had professional football players play there. Just totally outstanding athletic program, especially in the football days. Ed Reed, who just went into the NFL Hall of Fame a couple of years ago. A lot of factories and everything, very similar to Ascension Parish in a lot of ways, but a lot of talented kids down there. Already have about 5 kids committed. Little cutback right there by number 3.
Trey Nixon. Stop was made by Stango.
Patrick McNulty is your quarterback.
Down 3 for the Wildcats at their own 46.
Last week, Bonneville lost to Destrahan 49-0. And they lost, John Herritt was beaten by Destrahan 46-2. McNulty
on the left side.
right there handing the ball off.
Stop was made by
This is the same thing East Ascension has, and we'll show you the East Ascension schedule in just a second. But next week, the big rivalry, just like the East Ascension Santa Maria rivalry, the big rivalry down there in their parish is Destrahan versus Hanville. A lot of very good football players have participated in that game. And they're playing next week, just like Santa Maria and East Ascension are playing, I think, week 6 this year, not week 10.
Freeman goes off the right side, picks up a Wildcat first down.
Brandon Freeman right there fought his way for a first down. McNulty handing the ball off to him.
It'll be 1st and 10 Wildcats at the Sports 48. Hydration timeout. The third quarter for tonight's game is brought to you by Snow's Seafood and Steakhouse. For over 40 years, Snow's has delighted area residents with favorites such as Snow's Seafood Platter or Juicy Fillets, as well as daily and nightly chef specials.
Well, let me go over yesterday's week 3 of the middle school games. Galvez 14, Gonzales 12, Bluff 8, Lake 6, Dutchtown 30, Lorry 12, Santa Maria 32, Prairieville 14. I think Central was off. Sometimes if you have a bye that week, because we have 9 teams in the middle school league, they'll find a team out of parish to play. But if not, it's just a bye for you. McNulty, let's see, handoff right there. Nice job on the outside, picking up that.
Nixon goes around the left side.
Yeah, Joseph Hobdy. Hobdy. Boy, great job. Basically looked like he was unblocked. And the most important thing, when he got out there, he made the tackle.
About 14 to go for the Wildcats at their own 47-yard line.
Pass to the outside by McNulty. pickup of 1 or 2. Destrahan next week's going to play Hanville
McNulty's pass is complete.
at home. That's going to be a district game. Then they're
To
going
Johnny
to
Field,
HL
4.
Bourgeois. And
Picks
then
up
they're at
about
home against
4,
Central
it'll be third
Lafourche.
down and 12
Then they're
for
going to
Wildcats at
Terrebonne.
midfield.
And get this, because it's an odd amount of teams in the district, they have Sulphur as a non-district game in week 7, then at East St. John, and then home against Thibodaux. McNulty.
McNulty on the keeper.
McNulty was looking to possibly pitch that ball out to the wide receiver. Just turned up the field and slid in there for a little bit of short.
For the Wildcats.
And a 4th and 6 situation. Jai Eugene, I don't know what his stats are. I know they're not going to be seriously impressive because there's a lot of handoffs involved here. Not a lot of carries for him, but a few that were productive. But the big thing that I look at is I look at 3 things that happened at his that came out of his physique. Number 1, the touchdown pass to number 1 down the sidelines was about as perfect a throw and for a touchdown. And then on the 4 verticals he threw to number 10 coming down the sidelines, which is down the hash mark, and look, it's not a ball that's got a big hump on it, I mean, he's winging it down there. Here you go, 4th and 11 situation. And then the last thing, when they reversed the field and he came back and he threw a block, which was the touchdown block about at the 40-yard line. Well, they ruled him down.
McZeal is down.
McZeal, referee ruled him down.
Will take over 1st and 10.
So it's going to be interesting just to see how far Destrahan goes in these playoffs. Last week's results, and one of our Rev games of the week was where you had Ponchatoula 10, Dutchtown 7, East Ascension 16, West Monroe 10. That went into overtime. And can you imagine this, folks? There was a lightning delay in that, so I'm not real certain what time that bus got back, but I know that's probably a 3, 4, 5 o'clock meeting in Gonzales on that trip back. Santa Monica beat Booker T. Washington out of New Orleans 14-13. And Denham Springs beat Glen Oaks 42-6. Dunham beat Live Oak 21-3. And Walker beat Fountain Blue 54-7.
Ball starts Spartans, backs them up. Half the distance to the goal.
Well, handoff. Nice job there.
Corey Johnson.
And Johnson on the carry. McNulty on the handoff.
Gilbert on the stop. Picks up about 6. 2nd down and long 5 for the Spartans.
Second and 5 to 6 yards. A pass, swing pass to the outside. Nice little pitch and catch and run. And that's Tyvon Turner. Also was a captain today. Tyvon Turner came out of the backfield in the flat. Nice little pitch and catch by Minolti. After this play, we'll look at the games tonight in our district. There you go. That's the pitch right there. A little smash route on the outside. Madultry did an outstanding job of getting that ball out to that hitch. They're giving you the hitch route. Throw it out there. He breaks the tackle. Nice job right there by Cameron Brady. And ended up picking up about 15 yards on the play. And we got trips to the wide side of the field. Minolti right there hands that ball off for a 2-yard gain. But if he gets in that situation where he reads that defensive end, he can turn and get up the field and get a lot more yardage. All right, here we go right here. The end of the third quarter, we're going to look at
Wildcats 42, Spartan 0.
Well, Dutchtown is at Covington tonight. Destrahan, here we are, Rev TV. John F. Kennedy at Sanamon. Denham Springs at Liberty. That might be a pretty good game, but I'm not sure. Liberty's got that very good running back that is signed or committed to LSU. But the big one was last night, Live Oak beat Bonneville pretty bad, and Walker beating Mandeville pretty bad. So those were games in our 5A district. And after this play, we'll go into next week's games. Starting the fourth quarter, 42-0 Destrahan over East Ascension. Nice cut to the outside by Johnson. Johnson, nice cut. Boy, nice little seam that he read right there. 16-yard gain by Johnson.
By number 40, Curly Lewis. First and 10 Spartans at the Wildcat 47.
All right, next week we have Dutchtown has an open date. East Ascension is going to be at Alexandria. Let's go back to the field. We'll come back to next week. Miltree right there with Johnson in the backfield. All right, East Ascension out of Alexandria. Opelousas coming to Sanamon next week. That's also going to be the Hall of Fame for Sanamon High School. Denham Springs at Franklinton, Live Oak at St. Helena, and Walker at Kentwood. That will be next Friday's games.
Johnson goes up the middle. Stop was made by Blake Brown. Picks up about 5. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Spartans.
Well,
the Wildcat 42.
You know, McNulty says, I have not stopped playing. And I'm going to tell you, Johnson, the same thing. The latchy quarterback now? Yes.
Dingle scrambles around the left side. It's run out of bounds. Picks Picks up another Spartan first down, 1st and 10 Spartans. At the Wildcat 35. Correction, it was Delat on the scramble.
Well, interception. Just did not get the ball down far enough.
Delat's pass is intercepted by number 26, Lyndon Harris. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
Well, that's a turnover right there, but they the Spartans were moving the ball down the field. Let's look at Class 5A top 10 after or going into week 3. You have Zachary, which is 2-0. Carr, going from 4A to 5A, it's 2-0. Destrahan, 2-0. Catholic of Baton Rouge, 1-1. Brother Martin, 2-0. Acadiana, 1-1. Ruston, 1-1. Shreve, Karen Crow, and Bird, all 2-0. Well, fumble snap goes into the end zone. Quarterback falls on it. And let's see, that referee says safety.
Snap goes over the quarterback's head for a safety.
Well, the snap was slightly high, but not that high. And just kind of slipped through his hands right there. East Ascension gets in that backfield, and the quarterback does, I guess, what he needed to do in that situation because, you know, you got to make that decision. Is this 2 points going to hurt me, or is the 6 or 7 points going to hurt me? So falling on the ball is probably the right thing to do right there. We appreciate Lauren Avery coming up and speaking with us. I'm just telling you, they're building a brand new school here, and you got to have school around all the building that goes on, and it is amazing, you know, the job that teachers and administrators and custodians and students do to help make that a successful situation, because you can't, they're basically rebuilding East Ascension High School, except for the gyms. And a couple of years ago, they built a freshman academy. Very nice at all the high schools here in Ascension Parish. And then now they're building a school that goes back to the 1966. Well, they had to kick off from the 20-yard line, a National Federation rule, and also a college, NC2A, and NFL rule.
1st and 10 Spartans.
So I'm going to hit you with some stats here. Darnell Lee's in his 7th year. He has a 45-24 record. 6-4 in the playoffs. Basically, no state championships. This is the school that was built in 1966. Right there, nice little pass out to number 10.
Stop was made by Walker. Picks up about 8, 2nd down 2.
All right, that would be Franklin.
Hydration timeout.
So
the East Ascension High School sports medicine staff would like to thank the following local businesses for their sponsorship. Eco Builder Supply, Donaldsonville Glass and Body Shop, SKR Construction, Gaucher Hamady Law Firm, Ascension Equipment.
Been in the playoffs 29 years. or 29 times, 29 years, same thing. 1 semifinalist, 3 quarterfinals, regionals,
Thank you for your support of the EA Sports Medicine Program.
14 times, and that's, of course, the second round. Then by district, first round, 11 times. And, of course, the big thing that I look at is 10 out of the last 11 years they've been in the playoffs. Is that DeLatte?
DeLatte scrambles up the middle, fumbles on the play.
DeLatte fumbles on the play, and there is mad scramble for the ball.
Possession, picks up a first down, 1st and 10 Spartans. At the 27-yard line.
This is your overall record for the East Ascension Spartans since 1966. 344 wins, 261 losses, and 4 ties. Now 38 on the carry.
Campbell is met in the backfield, lost by number 47.
Jace Campbell. District record is 197 wins, 133 losses, and 1 tie. And they 24 and 27 in the playoffs.
DeLatte is dropped in the backfield for a sack.
Well, I think this is going to turn into a
Cam Thomas on the
third down situation in about 21. I would say Van Lambert, percentage-wise, might be most successful coach. He was 57 and 29. Darnell Lee is 45 and 24 right now.
Timeout Spartans. The fourth quarter for tonight's game.
We got 3:54 left in the fourth quarter. Spartans down 42-2. We'll be back to finish this thing off in just a second.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank Ascension Equipment, Donaldsonville Glass and Body, Gaucher and Amadei, Our Lady of the Lake Health, Piku Builder Supplies, Ross Downing Chevrolet, Walk-Ons, Austin Fire Systems, Eustace Mortgage, SKR Construction, for their support of our EA Sports Medicine Program.
Back in Spartan Stadium on Burnside and Gonzales. If you have seen the game, whether you're here in person or have seen it, it has been an impressive show by the Destrahan Wildcats down I-10 towards New Orleans area. A little curl up in there at about 10 yards short of the first down. But so now that will create a fourth down situation.
It's a 4th and long for the Spartans.
So they're not, they're not going to. We got a catch down the sidelines. It's just maybe about 5 yards short, and Destrahan will take over
Not enough for a first down.
at the 24-yard line. Here's Destrahan with the ball. Well, 33 carries it.
Shane Ward goes
Shane
around
Ward.
the right side for the Wildcats. Stop was made by
And here's
Haynes.
on every snap.
Loses 1, second and 11.
East Ascension's bringing in a new front of players, getting a little experience here. Both teams have done this throughout the second half.
All start Wildcats.
Well, basically this might be your last play right here, depending on what happens here. East Ascension does a good job of closing up the hole. Here comes 3 more big guys coming in for the Spartans.
Jaden Bailey on the carry off the right side for no gain.
Well, both teams are lining up at the 50-yard line. I tell you what, you saw a very good football team in Destrahan, and I'm going to just tell you, I think East Ascension, you know, they proved they could play with the big boys last week. And in the first half and most of the third quarter of the Zachary. And so need to come back at it. Got some good games left. Non-district before the district schedule starts, and got to learn from this one and then move on. I'd like to make sure thank Andre for the job that he did for us. Boy, did an outstanding job tonight. Lyle helping us out, you know, with all the stats and everything. JT, my grandson, was the spotter for us all night long, doing a heck of a job. And all of our camera people doing an outstanding job for us in the game. Final score, 42-2. Spartans lose to Destrahan, and you have been watching the Rev TV Game of the Week. See you next week.